Hi everyone, it's me. I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, and today I come to you with this video that I've been meaning to put out for a very long time. There's something that I have to tell you. I'm trans. I'm a transgender female. My name is Ivory, and my pronouns are she, her. I can't believe I finally said it. It's been so long. I'm sorry for making such a big deal of this, but I wanted to explain a lot of things, and I will, but I am sorry. I'm a very long-winded person and I tend to over-explain things. So just for the cliff notes, just so everyone is aware, I'm a trans female. My pronouns are she, her, and my name is Ivory. I've known about this for about a year, and since then I've been trying to find a way and to build up the courage to come out to you ladies. And this is it. And I'll be rebranding pretty much all of my social media to Ivory or Ivory Cello, etc. I will keep my name Mithrodeck TV on this channel for now, and I will keep posting here. But I have another YouTube channel called Ivory. I will link it in the top right corner and in the description, but I hope that that one will grow to be my main channel. I have too many bad memories attached with this one. I don't have any boundaries posted anywhere, but I probably should. I'm just uncomfortable with any masculine comments towards me. I don't want to be called guy or dude or man, even if it's in your main vocabulary. I'm sorry. I would just rather that you didn't refer to me as those things. But as I said, there's a lot to explain, and I will be explaining it all in more depth on my Twitch that I will link in the top right and in the description. I will be live right as this video is done premiering, and I hope that you will all stop by for that if you want to ask questions or even if you just want to chill and chat. You see, as long as I can remember, I've wanted to be a girl. I would try on my sister's dresses in secret, and I would always pray to the Lord every night that if he had a way to magically make me a girl when I woke up, that hopefully he would do it. It's crazy how many signs there were now looking back on it. And I kind of had this constant internal struggle as a child, because my family would always tell me to be a man and man up, those things. And after being treated like an emotionless beast for a while, you kind of start to act like it. I would adopt this cruel and sarcastic demeanor around people, an edgy, annoying male, and a part within me wanted it to stop, and I wanted to be a more caring and sensitive person, but I felt like it was too late to go back on who people already saw me as. This was further propagated by me gaining popularity on my YouTube channel. People started to see me as an edgy, dark, sarcastic prison guy, and I felt like if I ever went against that, even off screen, people would be disappointed or lose interest and leave. This was reinforced in my mind by people coming into my streams where I tried to be myself the most there, and then commenting on how different my voice was, or why don't you sound like your videos, that type of stuff. So it's always kind of been a mask that I've worn. Ironic. But I hated it, and I hate the person that started this channel, and I hate the person that I live inside, and I wanted it to stop. It was around the time that I was in the process of making the Escaping Ares Vault video when I started to have a realization that this may be because I was trans. At first thought, I rebuked myself and I was terrified. You can't be trans, you just can't be, I told myself. What would mom and dad think? And this reaction stemmed from my childhood. You see, all of my relatives are devout Christians and raised me to think in the typical Christian ways, and typically, Christians don't take too kindly to people of the LGBT circle. But after a while, I stopped pushing away the idea that I might be trans and decided to let it stay. Over time, it stopped feeling like a sinful thought and more like an awakening. An answer to all the pain and the emotional turmoil that I've been through in my childhood. It was a reason that I always felt this way. And with the help of a very nice trans friend from the underground music sphere and a lot of self-reflection, I finally came to the realization that I was trans. This was around the time I released Escaping Gaia's Vault, And even though I was comfortable and happy with the conclusion, I was still terrified of anyone finding out, of my family, of my fan base, of everything. I decided the best and easiest thing to do was to not come out at all. And I was not going to for a very long time. But after a while, it started to wear away at me. And this unhappiness began to fester. Every time someone misgendered me, it tore into my skin, even more than previous times. Over time, it felt just so suffocating. It just got worse and worse. And when your entire online presence is known as the prison guy, I get these masculine comments and misgenderings every day. It was even worse when my friends would do it to my face. So after a while, I decided that I would come out. I wouldn't live my life in hiding. I wouldn't live in fear anymore. Because what kind of life would that be? What would I have to look back on when I was on my deathbed? Just a sad life with people who would never get to see me for the person I wanted them to. So I decided I would rather live my life happy than in fear of what other people would think. But there was still one problem. My family. My family knew about my YouTube channel, and if I came out to the internet, they would eventually find out, and I'd rather them hear it from me in my own words than from the internet. But remember when I said my family were all devout Christians and didn't take too kindly to people who were LGBT? Well, that was a bit of an understatement. They hate them with a passion. Some of my relatives have even went as far to compare them to murderers or molesters or even worse. So you can imagine how hesitant I was to come out to them, and for the longest time, I didn't. I don't think my parents would ever resort to violence, but I can't say the same for some of my uncles. And they knew where I lived. You see, there's this little law in America called the gay panic defense and the trans panic defense, which can excuse someone who has injured or killed someone who is LGBT by claiming that the LGBT person made unwanted advances on the defendant. Basically, someone can just get off scot-free for killing a trans or gay person just by false claims. And this is still a very real thing, and it is still legal in 34 states, including mine. But a few weeks ago, I finally worked up enough courage to come out to all of my relatives. I sent out letters to a few of them and decided to let the chips fall where they may. And I may detail that all more when I'm streaming in a few minutes, but for now, let's just say I've been pretty much cut off from my family. And with coming out to them out of the way, I finally can make this video, and I'm so sorry that it took so long. I'm sorry to all my friends who maybe feel like I've betrayed them by not telling them for the entire length of our friendship. And I'm sorry if you wanted an edgy, dark male, but again, I've decided that I would rather live my life in happiness rather than trying to fit into someone else's idea of who I am. My one wish is that people would genuinely see me as female, not as just a guy who dresses and acts like a girl, not just a man who uses she/her pronouns, but as an actual female. And I know that's going to be very hard or impossible for some of you. I know there's not much I can do about that, and I don't blame you. I know I don't pass, not even in the slightest. My voice is very masculine, as I get told daily, and I've been trying to manipulate it in secret over the past year to give it more of a feminine and comfortable tone. But if I get just one person to genuinely see me as female, just one person, I think I can die happy. And I'm sorry, but you'll have to hear my voice go through many fluctuations and changes over the next months and years. I'm sorry for how inconsistent it's going to be. I'm just trying to get it to a comfortable and feminine tone. I hope that you will all stay with me in this time of transition and growth, and I hope that you'll accept me for who I am. There's this one quote from a movie, Uncle Frank, that has really stuck with me, and I feel like it is what helped push me to come out and to make this decision. And if you take anything away from this video, especially to those who are closeted or in a situation similar to mine, or in a situation where you feel like you're trapped, you can either be you or you can be who everyone else thinks you are. And I've made my choice.